These are my favorite Pokemon fan games and ROM hacks of all time. I played a lot of Pokemon games in 2023, but this is by no means a comprehensive list, and I will continue to update this every year. At number 10, we have Pokemon Nightmare Invasion. Honorable mention to Pokemon Dusk, which is the sequel to this game and has better combat. But this game is the true definition of the horror genre for Pokemon, and it's all open action combat. You have a pistol, and you just have to survive. The story is gripping, the battles are terrifying, it's absolutely worth your time. At number 9, Pokemon Crown is the only unfinished game on this list, but it deserves to be here based on premise alone. Set in medieval times, you just got off a boat, and you're set for 6v6 open action Pokemon battles. There's a star-based system that makes catching higher star Pokemon really addicting, and gym battles are fascinatingly hard. At number 8, we have Pokemon Desolation, but I haven't finished this game yet, so take this with a grain of salt. This game is like a survival game without being a survival game. You're lost in the wilds, you gotta befriend Pokemon, combat's really tough, the jungle's got a lot of charm, you can only heal at designated locations, and the story's really interesting. At 7, Pokemon Bushido is by far the shortest of this list. You can finish about 10 to 12 hours, but what it lacks in length it makes up for in punch. Combining Pokemon with samurais is awesome. There's shadow Pokemon, it's a classic ninja vs samurai story, with increased shiny rates so you can get a few, and a really awesome atmosphere. At 6, we have Rejuvenation, another game I haven't finished yet, but some people have told me that I haven't even reached the good parts yet, and I'm bumping it up a score because of the potential I see for the rest of the game. You can have literally any starter, the story is rich and deep, the game is massive. They clearly put a ton of time into this. At 5, we have Pokemon Unbound, and some people consider this their favorite. I don't blame them. This game probably has more character than any of the games on this list. The charm is in the side quests, as well as the unique gyms. It's got a unique story revolving around Hoopa. It's also hard as balls sometimes and has tons of puzzles. At 4, I have Xenoverse, which scored the same as Unbound, but gets the edge because it was completely made from scratch. This game was made by a small Italian team, but it has more attention to detail and character than any mainline Pokemon game I've ever played. For me, this gets a perfect 10 out of 10 for musical score, for art style, and Pokemon designs, with an incredible story to boot. Its only downside is the combat is really easy compared to the rest of the games on this list, which offer much more diverse battle systems. At number 3, I have Reborn, and some people don't like this game because it's very edgy, but this is the quintessential post-apocalyptic Pokemon experience. It's like Fallout meets Pokemon, and starting out in a city where everything's run down and all the interactions between the people with the Pokemon, the people with each other, it's so gritty and it just feels realistic. The atmosphere is just so fun to experience. Not to mention the combat is very difficult, but also very rewarding. This is also a massive game. Main quest is about 78 hours. Completionists can expect to spend over 250 hours. At number 2, I have Insurgence, and this is the best Pokemon story-based experience you can get, period. I used to have this at a 10 out of 10, but I dropped the score after I finished it because the story's not as great in the second half. It revolves around several cults trying to take over the Tauren region, which is easily the best Pokemon region ever. It's so varied and complex. But the best part about this game is the Delta forms. They're regional forms of Pokemon, with new Mega Evolutions that look awesome, and a difficulty system that will really make you learn how to strategize. But the best Pokemon game of all time doesn't even have a story. At number 1, we have Pokemon Emerald Rogue, a roguelike based off of Pokemon Emerald, but it's completely procedurally generated and designed to be incredibly fast-paced. So why does it beat all these epic story-based games I just mentioned? Endless replayability. I've been playing it for about a year, and I've only done half the quests in the game. It's designed to keep you building and growing and adding to your team, and because it's so fast-paced and quick-hitting, you never feel like it's a drag. The combat itself is a challenge, and you can change the settings in the game to either increase or decrease the challenge, add new challenges, create new challenges, invent your own challenges. You can literally keep playing this game indefinitely. If you'd like to play any of these games, I have all of them in the description below, a review with a comprehensive download tutorial at the end, so you can play each one to your heart's content. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful rest of your day.